Okay, this is the story of ZoToN. I have a pseudonym, God Rockefeller. 2003, I wrote a book called ZoToN. I have 10 minutes to explain it. YouTube allows a little 10, go up to 10.5 minutes for a little clip there. A lot of eucalyptus trees being cut down around here. There's a high school being built around the corner. A lot of construction and sewage pipes, and gonna be sidewalks and every which thing over here. The city workers down there, they're just probably getting ready to go home. Right? So anyhow, this is gonna be the story of ZoToN. Got a little drizzle even though we're coming out of summer. Can't really tell, so there's a poopy over there. I'm going to explain, this is a film and fiction site, Homer Cocktail 7. I kind of figured it eventually happened this way, where I start talking about things that are written. Most things have been musical. 1995, I got a communications degree from a community college, which is pretty close by, and here's a book over here, ZoToN, which I wrote in 2003. ZoToN, plastic cover, usually stays on, but this thing, 2003, it's still in decent condition considering. There's probably about something like 17 of those in circulation in hard copy. Scribd.com/Homer Cocktail. Oh, you can get that in some of my other books. tinyurl.com/ZoToN. It's a shortcut to that link right there. I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes as best I can. It's going to be hard because part of me wants to relax and talk for an hour, and part of me wants to hit some points about how it came about, how the pseudonym came about, etc. I was going to a private school during the mid-90s in Claremont, and had a falling out with a few of the professors there. Why and how is still pretty difficult for me to explain, even in retrospect. The school I was going to was self-proclaimed pretty liberal, left of center. Even though Richard Riordan was on the board of trustees, he's a Republican, former mayor of L.A. That place always confused me because I could never figure out what they stood for, because they taught this thing called inversion, where you pretend to be something and you wind up being something else. And I had family issues. My mom was being brought back in a semester I was supposed to graduate, and she had emphysema, and there's a couple of other things going on, which if you go to Homer Cocktail 076, youtube.com/Homer Cocktail 076, it's a chat site, and I expand on it in some of the pieces there. But this is supposed to be about ZoToN right there. It's the wind's blowing it open over there, and it's going to introduce what's going to be on this site right here. That's a trilogy. The ZoToN over there that I showed you, it's a trilogy. It's Metaphor ZoToN, Destiny ZoToN, and Manifest ZoToN. And the first part has been made into a movie, and once again subdivided into 3 parts: part 1, part 2, part 3. Each of them have part 1, part 2, part 3. Just a natural evolution. I'm not copying Lucas, but I understand that there were 9 parts to Star Wars, and he put out his first 3. Then there was a prequel, which was he put out the middle 3, then the first 3. And the public still wants to know, hey, is there going to be a final 3? And I remember this from before I was a teenager. I was a young child in elementary when I heard there was 9 parts to Star Wars. It started from a 19-page manuscript. And we have 5 minutes, and it's going to sound like rambling possibly. ZoToN came about because of insomnia. I had a story to tell, and life was going tough around 2003. I'd written my first original music the year before, and I figured short stories could be a way, and it wound up being a long story, to promote my music, ironically, and send it off to agents or publishers, whatever. And the premise for ZoToN, it's based on aliens. You don't have to believe in aliens. There's a show called V out there, and Fox has a show called Alien Nation. It's not that I believe in aliens. I think they're somewhere out there. I don't think they necessarily interact with us. But for the sake of argument, and being in its fiction, I went ahead and had an alien premise on it. And the essence, like I said, it was supposed to promote my music, and then try to shop it around. Had mild success early on, at least from one source. And hey, you never know when you're gonna have smoke blowing up your ass or whatever. But I was told books are worth a lot more than music. We can get upwards of something like 40 million for a good script. On the low end, maybe 15 million. And it's pretty comprehensive. I think it's pretty good. Feedback from a couple of my buddies and a couple family members wasn't bad. But since I don't have all day to talk about all of it, you can email me and I'll try to answer in a vlog if there's major things people really want to know. It took about 3 weeks to write. There's no joke on it. It's 276 pages. I was told the Running Man, it's not I was told, I read from Stephen King. He wrote that in the course of a weekend, like 72 hours or something. So sometimes people go in little spurts. Some things take a lot longer to write. There's writer's block, and sometimes people just have patience to let a story happen. I don't think it's a bad story. But what we're going to get is my cartoon version through The Sims, okay, of the first part of ZoToN. Keanu Reeves, I cast as a lead character, Bill Swift. Ashton Kutcher is his best friend, Alfred Newman. And there's a lot of celebrity likenesses. I took a business law class in 2005, and there's something called the Lanham Act. The Lanham Act. It's spelled Lanham Act. Lanham Act. Which, pretty much, if you're a celebrity figure, you're open game for political commentary and some other things. So, I had reservations about trying to shop this to the public directly. The movie that I made. I did my own voiceovers using a Magix program to change the pitch, the bass, the treble of your voice. It was my voice that I turned into Keanu Reeves or whoever I could, the best I could. But I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get that across you guys because it's full of music. The movies are full of music, and what it was meant to do was to shop the book. Okay, there's a book flying open and everything over there. I wanted movie producers to give me a shot as a writer, editor, filmmaker, whatever. I have a communications degree, like I said. And that was the idea, is here's my script and here's a movie that goes along with it. I thought it turned out pretty good. I have some of my music on it. Some originals, some covers, etc. And I tried my best to put as much music from my, I have one of my sister's songs and some of my buddies to avoid legal issues. But there's a handful of songs. It opens up with a Oingo Boingo song. My sister has met Danny Elfman. But there's some songs there which I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. So I'm going to wind up going with their audio swap shit, probably. And if you ever want to watch the movie, as it is, MySpace isn't as particular as YouTube for some reason. myspace.com/Homer Cocktail. Then you check under videos and you can find these movies. Metaphor ZoToN Part 1 and Metaphor ZoToN Part 2 and 3 are done together. And I thought they turned out pretty well. You guys hang in there and enjoy the cinema.